Hey guys, Magnus Robert here. Now, everyone wanted to see this. This was a popular request. They want to see me rewrite Fear the Walking Dead with the wheel. And also taking the sort of last wheel thing I did, which was a bit of a disaster. It didn't go as planned. It had a few mistakes, but a lot of people requested that I just continue with that, so we continue with Eugene crossing over into Fear, as well as Enid and Dr. Stephen Edwards crossing over into Fear. And so I am a sucker for the people, and the people cried, the people asked for it. So it's here, okay? And I have made this lovely little chart, okay? So we can, keep track of everything. And I think this is a good way of doing it, right? So I've got this little chart here. And then also I've got, this here. We can write some notes. Maybe we can keep track of what we're doing. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. So of course we've got our wheel of names. So we of course have to add Madison Clark, Nick Clark, Alicia. Oh God, Alicia. How do you spell Alicia? Is it Alicia? No, that feels wrong. That seems very wrong. Wait, how's it spelled on my Word document? Maybe I can just copy that. Oh yeah, of course. That's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. Silly me. Anyway, moving on. We've got Alicia. Obviously, we've got Travis. Oh God. Travis and Chris. Okay. Is that all we need to add for now? I believe so. Oh, no, and Liza. We need to add Liza. Liza. Okay. Alrighty. So, the first event we have is obviously who kills Calvin. So, Calvin is this guy here. Obviously, it's Nick's mate, who Nick kills in Season 1. And yes, we are doing Season 1 to 3, even though people said, no, don't do Seasons 1 to 3. But then what's the fun in that, okay? We've got to kill some people off early. So first off, who is going to kill Calvin out of these members? The drug dealer. And obviously, in the show, it's Nick who does it. But in this version, it's going to be Alicia. Oh, so Alicia, we'll close that because we don't need to remove it. So Alicia is the one who eventually kills Calvin. So let's just write some notes. So first up, I think what basically happens is Alicia goes to look for Nick, saves him from Calvin, and shoots Calvin. Okay, so that's nothing too crazy so far. That's obviously Calvin then reanimates. Maybe Madison and Travis and all that. They of course see it too, and they all head back to the house. So the result of it is Alicia kills him. Does Tobias come with? So obviously Tobias, many Fear characters just straight up disappear, and so some are going to have to fall and they disappear, but we've got Tobias, okay? And does Tobias come with Madison? Now heads he does, tails he doesn't. I'm sorry. Tobias just disappears into the void like he does in the show. It's a shame. It's a shame. Fear does this a lot. Now we can add Daniel, Ophelia, and Griselda. So Daniel, and if I spell shit wrong, just don't even correct me in the comments. You'll make me mad. Someone did that I spelled Mika wrong, and Griselda. Someone was, I don't even care. Who cares? Someone was like, you spelled Mika wrong. I'm like, oh well. The American spelling of Mika is wrong. That is a wrong spelling. I disagree with it. So yeah. Oh, and also we may as well add Strand as well. I don't know why. So they all sort of join that kind of similar time. Anyway, we've got the Griselda death. Who gets the Griselda death? This is the first death, the first big death. So this is going to be interesting. No. No, not my boy Strand. No, Strand already is dead. So I guess Strand gets his foot crushed in the dam. Oh, this is sad. Tobias goes off as normal, obviously. So we're gonna say Strand gets his foot crushed whilst trying to escape the military thingy. And eventually is put down by the doctor lady. I forget her name, but that doctor lady. I haven't bothered adding like a bunch of minor characters. Literally just the characters I care. I figured there was like 80 characters here, so that's probably enough. If there's a character I've missed that you were like, why have you missed that character, then so be it. But already Victor Strand has been eliminated. And also, unfortunately, someone is bitten during the escape, and so someone else unfortunately dies. So, obviously this is the Liza death. So in the show it's Liza, but who's it going to be here? It's not Liza, it's going to be Travis. Okay, that's crazy. So Travis was bitten, and unfortunately, I guess Madison is the one to put him down. I think that's probably how it's going to go. I think Liza might be the one to do it. So Travis is bitten during the escape. Madison, no, I'm going to say Liza can't, oh wait, no, Madison can't bring herself, yeah, I think this is better, to kill him. So Liza does it instead. I think that's better. I'm going to make that fit. I know I haven't rolled for it, but that fits sort of to this, how it kind of plays out in the show. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. So Travis is already dead. And I think this works too, because that means Chris could probably still go into crazy mode. Now, I know he was a lot closer to his mother than he was his father, but I still think there's a possibility he can be in crazy mode. Now, how do they get to the yacht? I guess Strand probably let loose to Nick about the yacht, and maybe they find some like ID or something on Strand, like, or maybe they ask one of the military guys. But either way, they find evidence of Strand's yacht, and a secure location in Mexico. Okay. So that's where they're heading. They still know about that, and so they head off. So we've done season 1 of Fear. Let's now go into season 2. So that's pretty crazy. So we end the season with Madison, Alicia, Nick all alive. Liza's joining us. Chris is there, and then we also have Ophelia. We have Daniel, and we have Griselda. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Very different. No Strand, unfortunately, and I do love Strand. He's probably one of my favourite characters. If we're talking first 3 seasons, him and Daniel are like my 2 favourite characters. But, okay, we're doing something different. That's alright. So next we have, does Seth and Harry join? So obviously there is this like bottle episode. And I didn't do this for all like the little bottle episodes. Like there's a guy called Will, I think later on in season 7. I couldn't be asked with him because he was just boring. A lot of these sort of minor characters in the later seasons are boring as fuck, so I just didn't care for them. But I added Seth and Harry because I always thought this was quite cool. Like Madison is like on board with kidnapping this child, and then his big brother comes and saves him. I do like this episode. It is a bottle episode, but I do think it's a really good bottle episode in season 2. I think it's episode 2 actually, maybe. Yeah, so I'm gonna see if Seth and Harry are gonna come. So heads, they don't come. Tails, they come. So tails, tails, they come. So if it's tails, they come. It's heads. So unfortunately, both Seth and Harry disappear. That's how it goes sometimes. We're missing a bunch of characters already. This is sad. All right, well there you are. And then next we have who kills Reed. So obviously it's Chris who kills Reed, this pirate guy here, but maybe it's going to be someone else in this rewrite. So who is going to be the one to kill Reed? It's going to be Ophelia. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Reed attacked Ophelia in some way. Maybe he was a bit of a freako. And yeah, Ophelia puts him down. Brutal. And then next we have obviously Connor. Now you can kind of say that in the show, the person who kills Connor is, I guess, Madison, right? Yeah, because Madison has the zombie Reed. So who like uses zombie Reed to kill Connor? Doesn't really matter because it is zombie Reed who kills him regardless. But no, it's still Madison, I guess. Oh well, that's okay. It's basically it's the same. So let's basically do our little rights here. So we have Seth and Harry remain on their islands. And then we have Ophelia kills Reed, and Madison uses his zombie to kill Connor. Okay, so there's our little rewrite there. Interesting. Next up, what do we have on our chart? What will it be now? I think we're going to some more characters, yeah. So, obviously, does Alex join, and then does Jack join? So, we have Alex from the web episode, and then we also have Jack the pirate, who, obviously, Alicia had, like, a little bit of a flirty relationship with. So, Tails, Alex joins. Heads, she doesn't. Tails, she joins. So, she doesn't. And then Tails, Connor joins. Oh, my God. Both of them aren't joining. This is sad. This is sad. I don't know if I like this. If this reaches 6, if one more character gets added to this, I'm rolling a dice to decide who gets to come, because this is ridiculous. Like who just randomly joins the group, because I don't want all of these characters to disappear. That's kind of boring. So anyway, I keep choosing the wrong thing. I have a 50-50 chance. I want all of them to join, and so far I've been shit out of luck. So, yikes. Anyway, now we add Luis Flores. Luis? I think that's how you say it. Luis, right? Anyway, we're going to add him. Luis has been added. Awesome. And I haven't included Thomas Abigail because he was bitten before the group even, found him. So I don't really think it makes sense to change his death. Also, Strand's dead now anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. But Luis obviously comes and he's like, yo, what's going on? Who are you people? Where's Victor? Where's Strand? And they're like, yeah, there is no Strand. He died, unfortunately. But we figured out about his boat, and we're coming now, if that's cool with you. And I guess Luis, for some weird reason, I don't know, wants to come. But allows them to come, even. But obviously, we have Alex and Jack don't join, sadly. Anyway, we have Luis joins. But now we have the Luis death, so it doesn't last long. So who get Luis's death? Shot by the Mexican Navy. Oh my God, that's crazy. Travis is going to be on a... Oh no, Travis isn't going to be on a mad one because Travis is dead. I was going to say Travis is on a mad one. Travis is dead. Yeah, so that's yikes. So Chris was shot by the Mexican Navy. And Chris is shot by the Mexican Navy. That's crazy. So I guess Liza now is on a mad one. She's angry. She's pissed. Okay? And Luis then brings all of the family to Celia's compound. I guess Celia begins grooming Nick regardless, like she does in the show, because he's still there. And maybe she has a spat with Liza, because Liza's lost everything, right? And now Liza's having to chill with, the woman who took her husband. I don't want to say took her husband, but the woman that the husband moved on with, and her children, and obviously Daniel, Ophelia, and Griselda. She's basically got nothing, and maybe her and Luis can be a thing. I don't know. But next up we have who? What is next? I think it's probably Celia's death, right? Let's have a look. We've got Griselda death. Yeah, yeah. Who kills Celia? So obviously in the show, Madison locks her in the little zombie thing, but who's it gonna be in this version? Who is going to kill Ophelia and lock her in the thing? It's gonna be her own adopted son. That's pretty brutal, actually. Wow. Okay. I guess Luis sort of saw the error of his ways, maybe the error of his adopted mother's ways. I think she was a servant, right? You kind of low-key sort of adopted them. So not quite like a motherly figure, but I don't think legally adopted them. I'm pretty sure that was the sort of dynamic. I think. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it worked. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Anyway, he's the one who kills her. He's like, yo, you've gone too far this time, love, and he sorts her out. Sorts her out by killing her. Anyway, we have to add Luciana and Alejandro. Now, the problem around Fear Season 2 is obviously a load of characters kind of split up after the Celia debacle, and I don't really like that. I need to... How do I spell Alejandro? It's Alejandro. I don't really like the fact that the characters split up, so we're just going to roll regardless and sort of... We'll kind of make it up as we go along kind of thing. But we'll add both Luciana and Griselda So Griselda. Luciana and Alejandro, sorry. But anyway, we have the Chris death. So who gets Chris's death? Who is killed by Derek and Brandon after joining their group? This makes no sense. Okay. Alejandro. So, yikes. Alright, so Luis takes the yacht people to, I want to call it Madison's group, to Celia's compound, but he but agrees she is batshit and locks her with the zombies. Okay? And then next up we have what just happened. Who just died again? I've already fucking forgotten. Mate. Oh yeah, it was Alejandro. So Brandon, someone, we'll figure out who this is in a minute, goes to Alejandro and Luciana, but exposes Alejandro as the fraud he is, because obviously he pretending he's being bitten, and he joins Brandon and what's his other name? What is it? Brandon and who? I forget. They've just got generic white names, so it's hard to remember. Brandon and something. What the frick is it? Brandon and Derek. Who the fuck's called Derek? What a horrible name. Sorry for anyone who's called Derek out there. So yeah, so that's that. It makes no sense. Okay, Alejandro just joins some random Americans. Maybe he's like, yeah, we can get back there. And anyway, he eventually becomes a liability for them, so they execute him. So then who kills both Brandon and Derek in revenge for Alejandro? And if whoever this lands on, if it's not Luciana, this makes it easy. Okay, so perfect. So it's actually Daniel. Daniel got separated. Obviously, he did burn. Maybe he still burns the stuff, right? He burns the bodies and that. So Daniel actually got separated. And I think that makes sense. Like that, I feel like Daniel would read through Alejandro pretty quickly and expose him. So Daniel runs the La Colonia, 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 whatever, how you ever spell it. He runs the Colonia. After that, awesome. And he obviously doesn't know where his daughter is. Doesn't clue what direction. So for now anyway, he's just sort of looking after the Colonia, right? Moving on, we have who kills Oscar and who kills Andreas. So and Andreas, is that how you say it? So obviously these guys aren't like villains, but I can't really include them in the wheel, so we're just gonna have someone kill them. So Luciana makes no sense, but maybe okay, we're going to roll again, because Luciana's like the one character it can't be. Both Luciana and Daniel, it just can't be them, because we've already decided that. It's going to fucking roll on Luciana again. Are you kidding me? Okay, we'll roll them one more time. It better not stop landing on Luciana. Right, if it lands on Luciana again, Oscar's just going to have a heart attack and die. So it's Madison who kills Oscar. I like that. So Madison kills Oscar. Well, actually, no. I guess it would make more sense. Who killed Brandon? Oh, yeah, so Daniel... Yeah. Alejandro... Yeah, and then after Alejandro is killed by Brandon and Derek, Daniel beats them to death, right? So that makes sense. And then Madison... Maybe it makes sense that what I'll do is... In the process, Daniel kills Oscar, because I think that makes sense, right? Because that's what Travis does. He slams the door against Oscar's head and kills him. And then Andreas is killed by Madison as she is protecting Daniel. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. I think that works. All right, we're writing the story as we go along. It's not too terrible yet. It's not too dreadful yet, is it? I feel like it's going pretty well so far. It's a bit wacky, but I think that's okay. So we've got Andreas. Oh my god, when we get to these deaths, this is gonna be crazy. But Andreas. So now we've got the Alejandro death. So Alejandro's already dead, but basically someone gets bitten at the Colonia. I think whoever this could be, if it's not one of the people at the Colonia. Okay, it's Luciana. That makes sense. That works anyway. It's not like they did anything with Luciana anyway after the fucking season 2. So Luciana, unfortunately, is bitten. Luciana. Oh my god. Luciana is bitten whilst, I don't know, protecting the Colonia, and slowly dies, using her death to bamboozle the cartel guys. I do like that scene where Alejandro obviously like absolutely bamboozles the cartel guys and drives the bus out. What a fucking boss move. That was so fucking cool. Ah, God. Anyway, sorry, we've got the Brandon and these guys. So Alejandro was killed by them, obviously. We have to add Brandon and Derek. I don't know which one's which. And then we've got Oscar. That's Oscar, I believe that's Oscar. And then that's Andreas, right? And then we've got Luciana. Where are you, Luciana? Did I add Luciana? Is Luciana even in it? Oh yeah, she's there. So Luciana unfortunately died too. She got the Alejandro death. Anyway, next up we have... What do we have next? We have... Does Elena and Hector join? So we're going to just do one for these guys because I feel like they are... because they're uncle and... No, not uncle. Aunts and nephew. I don't believe they would not join together. So heads they join. Tails. Damn. Okay, so now because of that... it's happened again, which is crazy. So both of these join the disappears. But now, at the end of season 2, one of these characters probably gets to the hotel and joins our core group of characters. Now, obviously, if this ends up being Elena and Hector, it makes sense why they would. But let's have a look. So we're going to roll a dice. Now we'll roll a 6 here. It's 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alex. So Alex now joins our cast of characters. She joins along, so we can add Alex to the list. Awesome. And again, if another character gets added... Oh, shit. Oh, no. If another character gets added to this, then we'll do that little dice roll again. Don't worry. So, oh yeah, does Eileen jump or does she carry on? So, heads, she jumps. Tails, she doesn't. Heads, she jumps. Tails, she doesn't. So, Eileen's joined. Awesome. So, Eileen decides not to commit suicide and she instead decides to join the core cast of characters. So, we'll add Eileen. How do we spell Eileen again? I think it's just Eileen, like that, right? Eileen. I don't lean. I don't lean at all. I stand straight. So we've got, we've now got to add Jake and Coop. So we've got to add Jake and Coop. I'm not going to be adding Troy. I consider Troy a villain, and I don't think there's any reasonable way to add him. I just think he hit, like someone replacing his fake out death and then his real death just makes no sense. So I'm going to consider Troy and Jeremiah as villains, but I think Jake and Coop I can consider to be cool. Now, and at this point, obviously, in the actual show, Ophelia ran off and she started spending time with the Native American characters, and obviously Daniel was on his own sort of little pilgrimage to Mexico, and Strand stayed at the hotel and then left, and then, you know, all the characters were separated, and again, like I said, we're not doing that shit. It's going to be too confusing otherwise, so we're going to leave it how it is, and we'll just sort of go as we go along. Now, what have we got here? Alex eventually finds the hotel and joins the group. Now, I don't think they were all exiled, but something goes wrong with the hotel, so they all have to leave, basically. And then they all end up at the Mexican border. Maybe something to do with they're trying to help Daniel. They found out where Daniel is, so they all head there to the Colonia to help. The hotel basically falls, whatever happens. And then eventually all these characters make it to the Mexican border, so they're all there. So we've also got Madison, we got Alicia, we got Nick, we got Liza still going. Liza is still going, although I feel like she's on a mad one. Ophelia, Daniel. I feel like Daniel would be put in the wrestling ring by like Troy and his men. You know, like how Travis does in the show. I feel like that would be a good Daniel moment instead, because obviously it couldn't be a Travis moment in this little rewrite. Oh, but anyway, we have the Travis death. I probably shouldn't have added Coop and Jake this early. But who gets Travis's death? Who is shot in the helicopter? It's just Eileen. Okay, so Eileen is shot in the helicopter as they're flying away, and she decides to self-sacrifice. I mean, either way, Eileen gets to fall. She falls to her death regardless. That kind of works, doesn't it? I've definitely not missed anything, have I? Yeah. So, Eileen. So, all the characters meet at the border and are captured. They head back to the ranch where Eileen is shot and killed. And pulls out the chopper. I also probably should mention that Eileen decides not to jump. Only to then fall. So, see you later, Eileen. You took Travis's death. What a champ. She took Travis's death like a champ. Taking it like a champ. Wait, I need to go back to this, don't I? So what else now do we have? We've done Travis's death. Now we have Lola and Efrain. Efrain? I don't need to say it. I'm dreadful with Spanish names. It's Efrain. Efrain? Efrain? Efrain. I don't know. Oh, I think I'm absolutely butchering it. I forget. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry for any Spanish speakers. I know I'm butchering that name. To the high heavens. So we'll add those two. Who kills Dante? So we need to discover basically who's at the dam, who briefly heads off to the dam. I guess doesn't actually head to the border in this version. Someone has to head to the dam. So I guess in this rewrite, Ophelia. So okay, so what we need to do here, so we need to change things a little bit. Like I said, we're gonna have to go as we go along. However, Ophelia doesn't. She gets separated and heads south, finding the dam. Eventually, she kills Dante. What a fucking champion. Ophelia is a champion. So Dante is dead. Where are you, Dante? There he is. So Dante has been killed by the champion Ophelia. What a fucking champion. Also, Luis is still going. I forgot about Luis. Luis is still kicking about. Cool. So what do we have next? What's going on now? We've got... Again, I know the notes kind of ruin it. They kind of ruin the flow a little bit. But if we want things to keep sane, I feel like we need the notes. So we've got to add Walker and Lee. Kalataka Walker. And obviously Crazy Dog, a.k.a. Lee. So we're going to add those two. And then what do we have to do after that? We have to... Who kills Jeremiah? Oh, yes. Who kills Jeremiah? I was going to shuffle. Oh, well. We'll shuffle next time. So who is the person who takes out Jeremiah Otto? Now that makes no sense. But okay. We're going to go for it. So... Lola decides to head up to the ranch. Maybe she's friends with someone there, ? Or maybe it's a deal for the water. Anyway, she hears the trouble. I guess actually she has a disagreement. Oh, actually, no. Friends with someone there. I think she was No. She head to the ranch. She's friends with someone there. The natives. The natives. She's friends with the Native Americans. Okay. Walker, aka Walker, right? And there's a deal for water with them. It's a deal for water. If she heads into the ranch to kill Otto. Oh, no, this is perfect. So she shoots and kills Jeremiah. basically to create some sort of water deal, and then the natives are going to defend the dam in return. So in return, the natives will, I keep calling them natives, the Black Hat, aren't they? The Black Hat Reserve will defend the dam. Okay, that's what we're going with. I spelled Jeremiah wrong, but who cares? Did I spell finding wrong? To find. See, this is why you got Grammarly. Grammarly is awesome. Look at this. There we are. We're just fixing up our... oh, I haven't got Grammarly Premium. Oopsie. Anyway, so we've fixed up our little things. So, yeah. That's who kills Jeremiah. And I think the next thing we have is the big list of deaths. So here we go. We gotta... Oh, no. This is dreadful. We've got the Jake death. So basically after this, Troy is exiled. Troy still calls... So Troy causes trouble, okay? And he's kicked out, as normal. And he brings the mega herd back. Now, someone is going to try and stop him. And they're going to get bitten on the arm, okay? So who's that going to be? No. Daniel is going to get the Jake death. That is fucking sad. Daniel tries to stop Troy. He's Daniel gets bitten on the arm. I'm going to say Nick tries to save him, but it's too late. Oh, that's brutal. R.I.P. Daniel. What the fuck, man? That's ridiculous. My two favorite characters wiped out. Daniel gets a boring ass death, really, but hey, I guess he reunited with his daughter. So we're going, as long as Ophelia doesn't die, I think this can still work. Oh shit, and Griselda's still around as well. So maybe Griselda can become the new Daniel. Maybe that's what we're going to do there. We need to decide who takes, like, whose character arcs too, but I guess we won't get into the nitty gritty. It just kind of comes down to who kills who, really, with a few extra things there mixed in. But we'll recap when we get to the end of Season 3. But so we've got the Jake death, and now I think it's the Coop death, right? Oh, poor old Coop. Coop's death is so fucking sad, man. He tries to shoot himself in the head, and he can't. And then, obviously, Ophelia does it for him instead. And it goes to Luis. So Luis gets the Coop death. I don't know. I think that can work. They're both kind of minor characters, so I don't think that's too crazy. So as the herd comes in, Luis is overpowered. And he shoots himself. Oh, actually. And someone mercy kills him. And that person is... Let's decide. Who mercy kills... Not Coop. Luis. Oh. It's Jake. Okay. So Jake mercy kills Luis. Obviously, Jake has survived so far. Interesting. And I guess Jake and... oh, fuck, I forgot to put bloody... Otto. Otto's on there, obviously. Jeremiah Otto. So, Daniel... We obviously had the Daniel death. Who just had that? Luis obviously just died. Luis died there. We'll put him there. So, next up, we have one more death, which is the... No, not one more death. Ophelia death. So now we have who gets Ophelia's death. Who gets bitten and eventually reunites with someone who's at the dam. Okay, so Lola, who I guess was still at the... I guess she's still at the ranch because she had that deal with the natives, right? And now they joined, and I should keep on the natives. I probably should call them the Black Hat Reserves, or the is it Hopti tribe? Is it, or whatever? Anyway, so Lola is bitten whilst escaping the pantry. She tries to reunite with Ephraim, but is too late and dies. He kills her. He shoots her. Before she can turn. Now I'm gonna say the ranch is gone. Everyone just fucking joins the. Everyone joins the goddamn dam for this next part. So we have Ephraim's death. Ephraim, however you say it. That guy's deaf. And it's going to go to Coop. So whilst defending the dam, Coop is unfortunately killed by the Proctors. Very fucking sad. I really was wanted Coop to survive, man. And then on top of that, we have the Lola death. So who gets shot by the Proctors whilst, again, defending the dam? No! Not Griselda. I had plans for her. She was going to become new Daniel. Female Daniel. Okay. Yikes. So I guess Griselda was there the whole time. Maybe she was at the dam the whole time. I'm not sure. But anyway, both, I guess, Coop and Griselda both die at the dam, being killed by the Proctors. That's brutal. And then obviously we can do. Should we do who explodes the dam? That could be interesting. That's not something I've got listed on here, but we could do that. We're getting past the last kind of really good season of Fear, so why not make it a bit wild? Did we also do the other deaths? I think I did the other. Yeah. So we got those two. They died whilst defending the dam. So, first we got, does Diane stick with Alicia? So that's a coin flip. So Diane was this woman who Alicia met. She was like pretty fucking crazy. She had like this big pickaxe thing, and she had like walker teeth. I think there was teeth around her neck and shit. She was awesome. She wanted Alicia to sell her hair. I probably should say. Okay, we'll say Tails, she sticks around. Heads, she doesn't. Tails, she sticks around. Head, she doesn't. So she doesn't. But now, so Diane unfortunately doesn't. But that also now means that we've got one. I think these two should be two, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3, 4, 5. But I don't really like that. I'm gonna roll the dice. Haha. Let's roll a dice. 2. So I'm gonna say 1, 2. We get 2 for the price of 1. So both Seth and Harry find our group and decide to join. And then we'll also do before I add Seth and Harry. Who blows up the dam? Who blows up the dam? It's Lee. That's interesting. Okay, so Crazy Dog blows up the dam. So let's go. So we've got to stop the Proctor's attack. Proctor's attacks. Lee, aka Crazy Dog, blows up the dam. Then, following the dam explosion. Oh wait. We got one more thing I think I've missed. Sorry. That's who blows up the dam, but I think I've got the who kills quotation marks kills Troy. We've got to decide who kills Troy as well, and then also do Lee and Walker head north. Heads they do, tails they don't. So who fake kills Troy? It's actually Alicia. Okay. This could work. So Alicia. Oh no. Alicia hits Troy with the hammer. Stop the Proctor's attack, Lee, aka Crazy Dog. Then the damn explosion then. And then following that, does Lee and Walker head north. So again, heads, they head north. Tails, they stay south. They stay! Oh, awesome. So we get to now add, and then obviously on top of that, Seth and Harry find our group, and Walker and Lee decide to stay with Madison. So we now have to add quite a few characters. We've got to add Seth and Harry. They've decided to join. We've got Lee and we've got Walker. Oh, Kalataka Walker, but I can't spell Kalataka. So crazy. So anyway, why would I put them there? They're not dead. So we've got Coop. Who is dead again? Oh yeah, Troy's not dead though, is he? Lola? Is Lola's... Wait, I swear Lola's dead, right? Yeah, because Lola got the Ophelia death. What am I doing? I'm crazy. I'm not on it, am I? Guys, I'm not on it at all. And then who got the Lola death again? Coop and Griselda. Griselda. I need to put Griselda there as well. So anyway, leaving Season 3. Was that all the things I needed to do for Season 3? Let me just double check before I move on and kind of give the thing. Yes. So, at the end of Season 3, Madison. We have Madison. We have Nick. We have Alicia. The main three. Clark, still alive. Then we have Liza, who's still kicking about. Maybe she kind of is our new Daniel now. I'm not sure. We also have Seth and Harry, who I guess are tagging along. We've got Ophelia on her own. Just Ophelia. We've got Alex, too, from the boat. She also decided to join. Troy is not here, but we'll put him... I guess we'll put Troy down here for now. We'll move him down there because he's no longer relevant. Troy's been killed off, but not really. We've got Jake, who's also tagging along. I guess her and Alicia are probably a thing. Her and Alicia are probably a couple. We've also got Ephraim. He's still kicking about. He's still around too. And then also Walker and Crazy Dog have joined the group too. Crazy. So we got a big group. We've got a lot of characters here. A lot of people have joined. But now, of course, if we remember my last rewrite, Eugene decided to leave. So we've got to write for Season 4 now. So we've got Eugene Porter in Virginia decides to leave after feeling guilty for helping the Saviors, right? Probably spell it. He runs, question mark, all the way to Texas. Okay. And meets John Dory. Awesome. So there we have it. Eugene has ran all the way to John. And him and John can bond with their autism because they are both beautifully autistic people. And I love them. So anyway, we have to add some people now, I believe. So we've got a lot to add. We've got Eugene, obviously. We've got John Dory. We've got Althea. And we've got June. So we've got Althea, Eugene, John, motherfucking Dory, and June. Junebug. Should we call her Junebug? We'll call her Junebug. Junebug. I like it when John calls her Junebug. It's cute. John is the cutest character. He's probably one of my favorite characters as well. He's like the only good, the only good like chucklefuck character. Well, I forget their names. Goldberg, is it, or something? Those dudes, the guys who took over from Season 4 onwards. Like, John Dory is like one of their best characters. I think it is like a simple character in a lot of ways, but they really wrote that character well. And so I commend them for that. But anyway, who kills Ennis? So obviously we have the thing with the, what they call the fucking vultures, or whatever, the Cringe Lords. The Cringe Lords, who kills Ennis? Okay, so out of nowhere, Junebug comes out of nowhere and kills Ennis, which is kind of crazy. But does she miss John? Maybe that's how they reunite. Yeah, John reunites with June when she murders Ennis. Yeah, that'll do. I guess Eugene's not really that arsed with the whole don't kill. I guess Eugene's kind of cowering a little bit. So he's like, oh no, covering his face like he does when he's in pussy mode. When Eugene's in pussy, was in big crybaby mode. Okay, but then as a result of Junebug killing Ennis, who gets the Nick death? That's the next big death here, isn't it? I believe. Yeah, the Nick death, and then we've got who kills Melvin. Okay, so who kills... Not Nick, but who gets the Nick death? Who gets shot? No, I refuse, no! Isn't that brutal? So June kills Ennis out of some sort of revenge, and as a fucking brutal result, John is killed. Fucking gone before his time. Oh my god, but you know what? I think that kind of, in a weird, poetic way, kind of works. Then Charlie. John is killed by a child regardless. Shoots and kills John in revenge. No. That's brutal. I hate it. I already hate it. Anyway, we have to add Charlie. And then who kills Melvin? I think that's the next one. Kind of random, but Althea blows up Melvin as he tries to escape. She wanted to spice up the story. Because the whole time in that battle, she's just filming. She's like, I just want the story, man. I just want the story. So in this version, she just blows it. She wants to spice the story up. So she fucking blows up Melvin. So R.I.P. Melvin. See you later. See you later, bozo. That's all I can say. Okay, so what have we got next? Fuck me, my memory of season 4 is very... It's like a fever dream that season, so I try to figure out a lot of things that happen. We do have the Madison fake-out death, but honestly, I'm not going to bother with that. I think it's kind of... We'll just leave it be, because otherwise, then we're going to have a character who disappears forever, and then doesn't come back, like, later. And that's kind of boring. So, let's skip. We've got Sarah, Wendell... Is it Wendell? I don't know. Is it Wendell or Wendell? I forget. Wendell. No, it's Dal. Oh, God. And we got Jimbo. I love Jimbo. So, obviously, those guys join. But then we have the Jimbo death. So, we're having the Jimbo death already. So, who gets bitten? And then eventually self-sacrifices to save the group. It's Charlie. I guess June has been giving Charlie a hard time the whole time. So, yeah. Anyway, so we got the group meets Sarah, Wendell, Jimbo. And eventually, after Martha is going after them, what's his name? Charlie is bitten. Now, Charlie has been having a hard time after she murdered John. And June has not been nice to her. Anyway, Charlie self-sacrifices. Sacrifices. Ah! Fuck you. I can't spell. Self-sacrifices in order to help the group escape. Okay, so there we are. R.I.P. Charlie. She self-sacrificed to help the group escape. So that's our little rewrite there. So where's Charlie? There you are. See you later, Charlie. So yeah, Charlie self-sacrifices. Okay, so that's the Jimbo death. So Jimbo gets to carry on and he gets to make his beer, I guess. Lovely old Jimbo. Who's the protagonist at this point? I guess Madison is still about. I guess like Eugene met Madison, and I suppose Madison is still the protagonist. Eugene's just kind of tagging along at the moment. So yeah, maybe in the future. But who will kill Martha? That's the real question. Who kills Martha? It's the dirty, filthy woman. As I think she's credited as the filthy woman once. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Walker. So yeah, Walker. What? Wait, what? Oh, I added Walker twice, did I? Oh, oopsie. Have I added Lee twice then? I have. How did that happen? Oh, because they joined, and I think I added them because they joined. Silly me. Anyway. Walker is the one who kills Martha. So, we can add that into our little notes here. Walker kills Martha. If it did land on... I guess technically no one kills her. No, I guess Wendy shoots her and then she dies. But then she gets her... I think she gets herself bitten, right? But I'd say that Wendell kind of like led to her death. So, I don't know. We've changed it up a little bit. But who cares? So we got the Martha death. I think that's it for season 4. Maybe not the worst season. I don't think it probably is the worst season. I think season 8 is probably the worst season. Somehow it gets worse, but yeah. Anyway, next we have to add a fuck ton of characters. We have to add Enid, Rufus, and I'm just going to skip all this. I know these characters kind of come... So obviously we've got the Dwight and Sherry, but in this version it's Dr. Enid and Dr. Enid and Dr. Stephen Edwards. So in this sort of rewrite, basically what happens is for season 5, I think both Enid and Dr. Stevens, oh it's, no, Dr. Edwards, isn't it? Dr. Edwards went out on a mission to help people, and they got off track and eventually ended up in Texas, where they meet Eugene. Oh my god, look at that, crazy. So they're like, oh my god, Eugene, is that you? Crazy. And then, of course, so yeah, we have to add those guys. Who else do we have to add? I think we have to add, like, Rufus the dog. No, not Rufus the dog. Yeah, we don't add Rufus the dog until much later, right? Because we have all the people. Yeah. Yeah. We add Rufus here. Add Rufus. I've done that wrong. Crazy, isn't it? I've just gone that wrong. I've just done that wrong. But we've got Rachel. Obviously, we've got, I guess, Eugene, maybe. Oh, no, I've done this completely wrong. Rachel's way later, isn't she? I've missed it. I've messed it royally up. Rachel was with Rufus. So we'll add them there. Silly me. But we got Grace. Yeah, so we add Grace. I'm just adding all these guys here. We got Wes. I think that's all I need to add. I know it's not. Tom. Yeah, Jacob. The rabbi. We've got Tom and Janice. We've got Skidmark, of course. Skidmark joins. And then we've got those 3 children. Dylan. Oh my god, look at this. Max and Annie. This is huge now. We've got a huge. We've got, because we're of course on the whole helping people thing. And I guess it's Madison now, not Morgan. I don't know if Eugene would be that on board with helping people. But Madison is going around helping people. She decided being a villain was not for her after all. Even though that's what like she was becoming early on. But I can't spell. Why can I not spell? Decided. Oh yeah, there's a and yeah, and she recruits a bunch of folk, okay? And eventually wait, what's just happened? Yeah, anyway, the children too. Anyway, there's a bunch of children too. Whatever, we know that. Who cares? So I guess it is Madison. But we have the Tom death, because Virginia, of course. Virginia comes after them. And someone is vlogging. Now, the Tom death is so fucking funny. He's like vlogging and then the bridge collapses and he dies. Oh my god. What a funny fucking death. So who gets the Tom death? No, you're joking me. You're joking me. Enid! No! That someone is Enid. And she dies. After a bridge collapses. Yeah, so I guess Enid came all this way to help people, and as a result, she dies. Fucking crazy. She gets the Tom death of all things. That's probably the craziest death that she could have gotten. But we'll go with it, I guess. We'll roll with it. Now, I assume the whole shit with the Logan and the truckers, they all die the same way. So fuck those guys. I couldn't be asked putting them in. But yeah, we're who does Ginny shoot? Oh yeah. So who does Ginny shoot? And then whoever Ginny shoots is eventually going to, of course, kill Emil, the bounty hunter guy, and is also going to steal and adopt Rufus. Okay. So it's Sarah. I like that. So Sarah, I guess Sarah's like the bossy one. Maybe she was too bossy. So Ginny shoots Sarah, and leaves her to die. Everyone else gets taken into what's it called? Lawton, yeah. And then in season 6, Sarah kills the bounty hunter. I don't think I've got him on here. I think I forgot to add him actually, which is okay. Yeah, I forgot to add the bounty hunter guy, but oh well, doesn't really matter too much, does it? And steals Rufus. She also helps Isaac and Rachel, and And then Rachel is like, I'll name... No. And then Isaac is like, I'll name Mo Sarah. So Mo is no longer called Mo. Mo is called Sarah. So when eventually we get to Mo, who's obviously named after Morgan. Morgan, she's called Morgan, but we call her Mo. She's actually going to be called Sarah, but in this rewrite, because obviously Sarah was the one who saved, well, I guess didn't save Isaac, but saved Rachel at least, and well, I guess helped Isaac out. So anyway, we have to add Rachel and Rufus. Sarah has also now stolen Rufus too, but Sarah also does have that like kind of close relationship with Josiah later on, who's obviously Emil's twin brother. In reality, they just wanted to have that bounty hunter character back, so they brought back the fucking actor. That is some wild shit. That's ludicrous. I can't believe they did that shit. Fear is such a wild show. It's actually it's so bad, but it's kind of like it's so bad. It's kind of entertaining in a lot of ways. Yeah. So anyway, we've now got the Janice death. So who was sleeping with Ranger Cameron, and then as a result is killed by, I guess, what's her name? Dakota. Who does Dakota kill after sleeping with Cameron? Now, Harry is a child, so we're not going to say sleeping with Cameron. I'm gonna say he was he had a father, had a sort of, okay. Actually no. So we're gonna have, oh no, because it's not, because Janice was killed. Sorry, I'm mixing it up. I think Janice was killed. Why was she killed? Virginia killed her for some weird reason. I don't know. Anyway, Harry is killed by Virginia after suspecting he helped kill Cameron, a ranger anyway. I think the ranger's called. I forget exactly why Janice is killed again. Yeah, but so poor Harry. I guess Seth is now probably on a mad one. He's probably not happy. He's probably going crazy. Oh, fuck me. There's so many characters now. You gotta think all these characters here are all alive. We might have to add some more deaths in the nuke. There is going to be nuke deaths, though. Don't worry. And next we have, who does Dakota shoot? Okay, so who discovers Dakota killed Cameron, and then who does Dakota shoot to sort of prevent her from being caught? No! She shoots the dog. Dakota shoots Rufus, the dog. I guess Rufus the dog is Tractor. Okay, so yeah. I guess maybe the group was... What the fuck is Rufus? Mate, I was there. Okay, so we got to change this a little bit. Yeah, so here we go. So we got Rufus the dog. Rufus the dog is tracking Dakota. How do you spell it? I don't know. Annoying girl. Annoying girl. And then she shoots the dog, I guess. She shoots the dog to try and get away. Rufus washes up, and Sarah has to put him down because he's like, he's in pain. Crazy. What the hell, Dakota? Why would you shoot Rufus the dog like that? You mean little girl. I won't say the B word, okay? Anyway, who kills Virginia? Now, if this is Sarah, this will be perfect. Also, Madison is still about, but Madison's basically done fuck all. It's Althea. Althea randomly has just decided to shoot Ginny. I guess maybe Ginny destroyed her tapes. We'll go with that. Ginny destroyed some of Althea's tapes. So Althea shoots her in the head. Crazy. So that's what's her name? Virginia is done with. Now where are you, Virginia? Get over there. We've killed you. So next up we have, oh God, we've got to go back up to the notes, okay? I do apologise. What do we have? We've done the Janice death, we've done John Dory. We got John Dory Sr. Awesome. We've got another John Dory here. John Dory Senior. Okay. I was kind of hoping that John Dory Jr. and John Dory Senior would join each other, but whatever. We'll recap it as well by the end of this season. Obviously, wait, I probably should have recapped because obviously, like Ginny like kidnapped all these characters. She's kidnapped all of them and sort of implemented them into her community. We've got a lot of characters here, though. There's probably too many. We need to maybe nuke. Should we nuke? I feel like we'll have to nuke 5. I feel like that's probably best. I'm feeling like 5 characters being nuked is probably the best thing to do here. But we've added John Dory Sr. Who kills Rowley? So obviously Rowley was the guy who like turns out to be a secret fucking cultist spy. There's like a million of them. It was kind of insane. But anyway, who kills Rowley? It's gonna be Nick. I like that. So Nick discovers Rowley is a spy and shoots him. So we can do that. Nick discovers Rowley is a spy. Ooh, and shoots him dead. Awesome. That works out. I like that. And then who then kills Jason Riley? Who's obviously, yeah, he's also not a great guy. Who kills Jason Riley? Is it Ophelia? I like that. I do like that a lot. And Ophelia kills Jason. I feel like as well, Nick and Ophelia are a couple, okay? We've also got Alicia and Jake, because obviously there's been like a year time skip, obviously going into season 4 and 5. So I feel like that works, right? We've got Ophelia and Nick as a couple, and we've got Alicia and Jake as a couple. I don't know. Maybe should we give someone to Madison? Who would Madison have? Maybe after this time, her and Walker. I could see that. I think they had like a little bit of a bond. Also, yeah. Also, Madison and Walker. Okay. I feel like that works. Yeah, Madison and Walker, Alicia and Jake, Nick and Ophelia. They kind of had like a little something. I feel. Then we do have Liza. Do I put her with Walker? Why not? Yeah, let's. Yeah, we got Liza and Lee. I don't know how old Lee was, but I feel like that's probably of age, like, you know, similar. Maybe Seth and Alex. Should we put Seth and Alex together? Yeah, why not? let's Seth and Alex couple. We'll just put all the characters together, okay? Yeah, they're a couple too. We've got to make sure like all the characters are doing something. Efrain's probably doing his own thing. Eugene's obviously not with anyone. June's quite recently, you know, lost John, so she's pretty sad. And then we've got Althea, who's kind of her own thing. Sarah and Wendell, who are like siblings. Jimbo, I don't think Jimbo's with anyone. Dr. Stephen Edwards, maybe he could be with Grace. Maybe I could see that. Yeah, let's do that. Stephen Edwards and Grace, also a couple. Okay, we'll stop it with the couples there. Anyway, what was the next event we had to do? We just kind of got a bit distracted there. Yeah, we did the Jason Riley death. So who gets the Rachel death? So obviously Rachel, has like, I think like the tire falls on her fucking leg or something, and so she just like kill herself. So her little walker self with Rufus, you know, basically who gets crushed? Oh no, don't do that to Alex. So Alex sacrifices herself to save baby Sarah. Okay, she gets stuck with baby Sarah, and so she stabs herself, turns herself into a walker, so she can basically rip off, what was that film called? Cargo, the one with Martin Freeman. Yeah, that zombie Australian film. Yeah, so she kills herself to rip off that film. Very sad. So yeah. Oh, so Alex, in order to save baby Sarah, kills herself, so she turns into a walker, and that walker brings the baby to the sub. Okay, but now here's the real part. All right. Oh, actually no, I don't. I think we also have who kills Teddy first. Yeah, who kills Teddy? So finally, we have one final thing. we get into the big nuke, okay, and we're gonna wipe a lot of characters off the map, which is why I feel like oh my god, if it landed on skid mark. Janice is the one to kill Teddy. Very random, comes out of nowhere. Someone wanted me to keep Teddy around, but I'm sorry, there's not really an easy way to make it work. So Janice kills Teddy. Why? I don't know. Where's Maddie? Who knows? What's Madison doing? I guess she's just with Walker, her and Walker. Yeah, they've not really been doing much, have they? But now we have the nuke time. Nuke time! Who's going to die in the nuke time? So I'm going to kill 5 characters off here, okay? Ready. First character to die in the nuke is... Okay. Annie. So, unfortunately, where is she? Also, I need to add Teddy. Teddy, you dead. Oh, shit, and Rolly. Rolly, you're dead. Jason, you're dead. Yeah, I forgot to add those guys. Anyway, what was the first one? It was Annie, wasn't it? Annie is the first character to die in the nuke. She probably also... They disappear after this anyway, so they probably actually did die in the nuke. That's my canon explanation. The next character to die in the nuke is Jimbo. No, not Jimbo. I actually do kind of like Jimbo. He was kind of funny. He's an arsehole. He's just an arsehole. That's like his character. So, Annie dies. Jimbo dies. And I might add another nuke death. I decide how I feel. So we got 3 more to go. Oh, ripperoo. Althea dies. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. I'm not a huge Althea fan though, so I actually don't care that much. Althea dies, but she manages to protect her tapes. Okay? In the end, she chooses the tapes over her life. Okay? The story is more important. That was all that mattered to her, okay? Jimbo dies, probably protecting, making sure his beer recipe, which, bear in mind, right, lives on. Bear in mind, they never make Jimbo's beer. It's actually really sad. Annie dies, I guess, protecting her brothers. Now, I say that, her brothers might actually die. So we've got 3 so far, so we've got 2 more. At least, and well, I'll decide if I want to do another one. So let's hope none of her brothers die, because she was, meant to be protecting them. Is that Rachel? Oh, okay. I mean, she's only just... she only just, like, outlived her death, so that's pretty fucking brutal. But yeah, see you later, Rachel. Rachel doesn't make it to the bunker. Oh, also, we, of course, have Dakota. Dakota obviously dies, too. She's not joining the group. She just has the same death. And then we've got one more. Who is the last person to die in the nuke? No! Okay, no. I think this can work. So, Madison, to keep her kids safe, shuts the door to the bunker. Maybe there's maybe someone had to be on one side to secure it, some shit like that, right? So Madison does the ultimate self-sacrifice and self-sacrifices herself for her children and for Walker as well. Walker's her new man, and all of her friends as well. Eugene. I mean, Eugene's basically done fuck all as of so far, which I do apologize for, but he's not popped up on the wheel. So what can I do? But yeah, Madison's self-sacrifice, and I think we'll end it there. I don't think I want another nuke death. That was I think we'll end it on Madison. That's a big one. Damn, crazy. There was a season 8 as well, wasn't there? Oh shit, season 8. So next up, season 7. So what have we got in season 7? Man, the nuke has who find? Oh yeah, shit. One more thing, sorry, in this season. We've got to do who finds Howard, the tower, and basically becomes a set-up bad guy for the next season. We need to figure that out. So who finds Howard and the Tower, and eventually is basically being set up as the new villain. Okay, no, I like that. I like that, actually. So Ophelia finds Howard and the Tower. And season 7 is Ophelia villain time. Damn, I like it. I'm liking it, actually. I think that can work. Because Ophelia's been pretty, like... Maybe her and Nick broke up. Oh, no, that's what I'm going with. Okay, so her and Nick broke up shortly before the nuke. Okay? She's kind of crazy. He's all about helping people. Alright, obviously Madison's going to have to go... Madison and her kids go on a little bit of an arc where they do go a bit crazy for a bit, but eventually they're back on the whole helping people. But Ophelia thinks that shit is stupid. Her dad died. I forget how her dad died. We'll read it back after. But yeah, Ophelia thinks it's kind of dumb. So she's like set up as the villain for season 7, okay? That's what we're going with. Anyway, who do we have? So we have to add... Now we're on to the new season. We had Josiah, we had Howard, and we had Mo. I'm just going to copy that. So we got Howard. But it's not Mo in this one, is it? Sarah. We'll just call it Baby Sarah. So we got Howard, Josiah, and Baby Sarah. Okay? No longer called Mo. Oh, no! We've got Rufus's death. So who gets Rufus's death? Because obviously Rufus is already dead. So who gets bitten on the nose by the head of the bounty hunter? He gets bitten by his own brother, I guess. He gets bitten by his own brother's head, his own fucking face, basically, and he gets the death instead. He just dies. So he's useless, basically. And we also had Mickey, the fucking WWE wrestler. That was an insane character that I could not add. So Mickey had to be added, and I had to. I'm sorry, but I had to add Bagpipe Man. He's called Paul the Bagpipe Man. But fuck me, that was the funniest shit I think I've ever seen. Where Alicia finds this man living on his own, and he has a pair of fucking bagpipes. And I'm sorry, but it was ridiculous. I mean, this is like most people don't talk about this moment, but it's so dumb. He's playing the bagpipes, and then Arnie comes in, the stalker guy, and he's like, "Oh, my ears! Oh, that's so loud!" But like 5 seconds previously, he's firing a fucking like machine gun in the house. Like the decibels of a gun is 10 times, maybe not 10 times, but it's much louder than a pair of bagpipes. So it's a ridiculous scene, okay? But it's also the fact he's playing bagpipes to like help Alicia get away as a distraction, even though like Alicia's just running out of the house. Like, he's just playing the bagpipes as she's running away. It makes no sense. It's the most ludicrous shit I think I've ever seen. But anyway, who plays a pair of pipes to help, I don't know, Alicia? I guess it could be Alicia. Alicia get away. And then, as a result, they die. No. Why are we killing off all of our characters? Dr. Stephen Edwards. Oh, fuck. I don't like that. But okay. So, in order to help Alicia get away, Dr. Stephen Edwards plays a pair of bagpipes before he is killed by Arnold. That is so sad. We've already lost our two main show characters who've crossed over, even though in the actual Fear, Dwight and Sherry and Morgan all survived till the end. I mean, we've been robbed, I tell you. Robbed of some great stories. I mean, they haven't even done anything yet. Enid did fuck all. She just died. Very sad. Okay, Bagpipe Man death. Who kills Arnold? Now, obviously, it's Daniel, I think he kills him, right? Yeah. He has like a bit of a Dementia Dan moment. Who's going to kill him in this scenario? It's going to be Lee. Okay, well, I mean, Lee's not been doing much anyway, so that works. We'll just say Lee eventually kills Arnold in revenge. It's not really a Dementia Dan moment. It's just he just kills him because, you know, some people have got to be killed, including where is he? Arnold. There he is, Arnold. Yikes. Oh. So we've got Arnold. He's dead. Right. We've got 3 deaths here. We've got coming in. Awesome. So Arnold's dead. So we've got the Howard death. We've got the John Dory Sr. death. And we've got the Wes death. So first up, who is Ophelia's right-hand / woman? And then who does Ophelia decide to throw off in order to have some... Okay. So Howard gets Howard's death. There you are. So, Ophelia wants a new right hand, so throws poor loyal Howard off the tower, and then gets this person as a new sort of right hand. But then this person steals baby Sarah from Ophelia. Oh yeah, by the way, baby. No, it can't be the same person again. And it's Grace. Okay. So this person steals baby Sarah and gets the John Dory Sr. death. Grace as a new right hand. But Grace steals baby Sarah. And I guess also Grace still had the baby and dies getting her, protecting her. And getting her out the tower. I think that kind of works, right? Because Grace still obviously had the miscarriage where she lost the baby. So I feel like her protecting baby Sarah could actually work from a story perspective. Although basically don't fuck all. But yeah, so Grace takes baby Sarah away. Where's baby Sarah? There's baby Sarah. Baby Sarah, there she is. Baby Sarah away. Protects baby Sarah, but in the process gets bitten a few times. Very, very sad. Poor Grace is gone, but I think that's a nice arc for Grace. I think that's good. But anyway, eventually, Ophelia gets a new right-hand man, and then Alicia almost has to kill this person. It's Wes again. Wow, it's just giving us the look at that for RNG. So in order to prevent, then Ophelia gets Wes as a right hand. And in order to prevent Alicia from killing her, what's her name? Ophelia kills Wes. Okay. So yeah, Wes is gone. At least it didn't land on John Dory. So close. It was so close. That would have been kind of crazy if we had those 3 deaths were just the same. Where are you, Wes? I'm sorry, Wes. Stop hiding. There you are. Wes is gone. I don't know if I'm liking this. Like the group so far, we've got Alicia. It's basically Alicia versus Ophelia, and I guess it's probably. No, wait, hang on. Let me change this. I think because we already said the whole breakup thing, I think I'm getting rid of that, okay? No. Her and Nick have different views. Because this was a thing, right? To Madison and Alicia. Like, Nick is always, like, very different to his mother, and he's, like, at odds with Madison constantly, okay? So, I like this, okay? So, Ophelia... I think this is actually Nick. Ophelia gets Wes. So it's like Ophelia / Nick. I think they're co-ruling the tower, okay? And then I think so I think Nick kills Wes in front. So I think the little versing thing. This is a war. Nick and Alicia versus Nick and Ophelia. versus Alicia and Jake. That's what I think this season is. Okay, it's like a war between two siblings. They're at odds with each other. So Ophelia and Nick are sort of both ruling the tower together, and Alicia is like the opposite side. And obviously these characters, some have sided with Nick and some have sided with Alicia. So I think like Walker probably sides with Alicia because he was, with Madison, presumably. But I feel like Lee might be siding with Nick. Let's do this, okay? Let's see who's at the tower and who's not. Ephraim, I feel like this guy was very peaceful, so I feel like he's with. No, he wasn't. He wanted to release the dam to the people. That was what his thing was, to protect. So the proctors. But he basically wanted to do that so there was peace in a sense. So yeah, I feel like this guy is probably on Alicia's side. Now, Liza, I think is on Nick's side. Easy. And who did I say Liza was with? Was she with Lee? Yeah. So yeah, Liza and Crazy Dog, they're on Nick's side. Now Seth, I feel like Seth is probably on Alicia's side. And I'm going to say Eugene is too. Actually, no, Seth seems like a bit of a protectionist. So maybe he is on this side. June is definitely on the Alicia side, though. And I think as well, like probably Sarah and Wendell. Although maybe Wendell is on this side and Sarah's on the other side, like they are in the actual original version. And then like Jacob, I didn't even know where the fuck Jacob was that whole time. That guy disappeared. And the others, who cares about the others really? John Dory Senior is probably on Alicia's side. We know that Howard. Oh, Howard got the Howard Death, didn't he? I need to put him there. Howard got the Howard Death. Bye, Howard, you bozo. Bagpipe Man joined. Did I add Bagpipe Man? Oh yeah, Paul the Bagpipe Man. Anyway. So yeah, this is what it is. So this is a war between Nick versus Alicia, and maybe that's where we have the moment where I think Alicia says to Strand like this is war, but instead it's Alicia saying it to Nick like this is war. I don't know. I feel that can work. The two siblings going at each other. But anyway, eventually the tower falls, of course. And do you know what? I'm gonna have to add a death. We need a tower death. Okay, this is not in the plan, but I feel like there's too many characters here. So someone dies when the tower falls. Okay. It's Max. Okay. Should we add another one? Let's add another death. Someone else dies when the tower falls, okay? Okay, that will do. So, we've lost them. Damn. So, the tower eventually falls, and both Max and John Dory Sr. die fighting to protect it. But everyone must flee to the mysterious Padre. Okay. And Nick and Alicia make up, I guess. Actually, yeah, I think that works. I mean, I don't know how they make up, but they make up somehow. But anyway, we lose Max. Who's Max again? This fucking kid. Yeah, this one here. We lose Max, and we also lose John Dory Sr. Damn, he did nothing, didn't he? Just like he does in the show. He does fuck all in the show either. So anyway, yeah. That was season 7, right? We all had to Padre. Yeah. How have I messed this up? How have I messed this up? How have I messed this up? This is wrong. I've got the deaths in the wrong place. Season 5. These are all the... Oh. Do you know what I'm thinking? Fuck all happens in season 5. This is why I've been confused. Season 5, we've got... going around helping people. She decides Virginia comes to someone. Yeah, and then Virginia shoots Sarah. I don't think... Did anyone die in season 5? Oh, Enid does. Silly me, so I need to move all these guys to season 7. It's no biggie, really. It's no biggie. We've figured out what happened. How does Max die again? Not Max. What's his name? It's just Enid, isn't it? I think it literally is just Enid. Okay, so yeah, we move all these guys down here. Yeah, fuck all happened. Season 5 is probably... Is Season 5 the worst season of Fear? I don't know, it's one of them. There's so many bad seasons. I feel like at the very least, Season 8 might be the most ridiculous, like shit, like really poorly written, but it's kind of entertaining. Season 5 is like the worst. Like, fuck all happens in Season 5. They run around chasing Logan, then this Virginia lady comes in, and then she like kidnaps them all. I mean, that's all that really happens in Season 5. So, yeah, we'll go with that. That's all that's happening. So now we're on to Season 8. I was wondering how we messed up there, but we figured it all out. Season 8, what do we got happening now? So we have to add Finch, Odessa, and Diane. Ugh, boring. So we had Finch, Odessa, Diane. Alright, they've been added. So we've got, yeah, Finch is Dwight and Sherry's son. Now, it makes no sense because Dwight and Sherry are not in this show. So Finch is actually... So we've got big time skip now. Big time skip. Nick has been trading children to get into Padre. Alicia. Should we say Alicia? No, I don't think. This is in part. Oh yeah, to see his son, Finch. So Finch is actually now the son of Ophelia and Nick. So we got to call him Finch Clark. Okay, in this universe, he's a Clark. That's right. Crazy. Big time skip. Some people are helping to get rid of children now. To save who's leading the resistance group. That could be, yeah. So obviously the show, Daniel's leading the resistance group, but Daniel's dead. So who is replacing Daniel in leading the resistant movement? Okay, it's Ophelia. No, that makes no sense because her and Nick have been looking after Finch. So it can't be Ophelia. It got like the two people like definitely can't be. Eugene? Okay. We've got something for Eugene finally. Something for Eugene to do. I'm liking it. So well let's just write that down real quick. We better make sure. Oh shit. Write that down. Eugene is leading the resistance group along with parents like Diane. I just included Diane. It doesn't even matter that too much, but yeah. Damn, okay. No, I'm liking that. We've given something to Eugene finally in this dreadful fucking final season. So we got the Grace death. We're pretty much just skipping straight to it because I can't be asked really going over the details of this season. So who gets the Grace death? Grace gets bitten, obviously. Oh no. Oh, that kind of works if Nick's like the main character now. Yeah, Ophelia dies. Ah, that's brutal. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so Ophelia gets bitten whilst trying to maybe save Finch. I think this could work, right? And eventually turns... Nick is forced to put her down. That's brutal, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think that works. Okay, so we've got, where is Ophelia? Goodbye, Ophelia. We love you. You've been great, but you had to sacrifice yourself for Finch Clark, okay? Good old Finch Clark. So we've done the Grace death. Who kills Shrike? Who kills Shrike? The crazy fucking Padre lady. The cringest villain around. I don't know who's worse, her or Martha. Fucking Tom. Tom is coming out of nowhere. Little fucking vlogging Tom comes out of nowhere and takes out Shrike. I like it. I think that works. It doesn't really, but, you know, who cares? Tom, vlogging Tom, I mean, comes out of nowhere and kills cringe Padre lady. Awesome. She dead. Now, we've got a couple more things to do. Oh god, I gotta add Frank and Chris. Actually, before I add Frank and Klaus, I think it's probably best if I go this opposite order. So if Eugene, Enid, or Steven are alive, they head back to Virginia with roller character. So Eugene, luckily, is the only one who's alive. We haven't got Enid and we haven't got Stephen Edwards, but Eugene gets to now leave and head back to Virginia, and he gets to take one character with him to save, okay? He gets to save one character. And what character is going to head with him? It's going to be Liza. So goodbye Eugene. It's been nice knowing you. I need to remove him from the list. Did I remove him already? No, I didn't. But he's taking Liza with him. So Eugene and Liza are heading off. Now, who did I say Liza was in a relationship with Lee? Well, not anymore. Because in this rewrite, turns out, in that big time skip, Eugene got into moms. And one in particular. That being Liza, alright? And him and Liza, after defeating Padre, decide to head back to Virginia. So there we are. Eugene wants to find Rosita? Not Rick, because I don't know, was Rosita even alive by that point in the rewrite? I don't remember that rewrite very well, so maybe if someone does remember, they will they can tell me. But yeah, he goes back to Virginia along taking his new mommy with him. He's got taking Liza with him, all right? Taking Liza with him. That's all we need to know. Now we have to add Frank and Klaus, who are Strand's family, but we're going to have someone else. Now, it's actually quite convenient because Frank is clearly bisexual because he had a wife before, right? And then he met Strand. Because Frank is bisexual, this is perfect. So who is with Frank and kind of adopts Klaus as a son? It's Walker. Okay, so I guess in this scenario, Walker never joined Padre. Instead, he found some Germans and met Frank and adopted Klaus as his son. Awesome. So there we have it. Walker is secretly bisexual. Who knew it? So we got Frank, Klaus. I think that's it, right? Yeah, there's an extra Chris, but ignore extra Chris there. Anyway, moving on, we've now got to do the Charlie death. Yeah, so the Charlie death. So who shoots themselves in the head so they can't be used as a hostage? I think that's what she does. It's Junebug. Oh, no. Poor old June. So June, so she can't be used, her death or whatever, she can't be used by Troy. She decides to shoot herself in the head. I think like Madison's also. So June decides to shoot herself in the head, so Troy can't use her as a hostage or whatever. And I think this works quite well because obviously Nick's around, right? And Nick's just lost his woman, and now Troy, who's was one of the most destructive people in his life, has come back into his life. And I don't know, I kind of like this. Obviously, Alicia and Jake are sort of the level-headed ones, but Nick and Troy kind of going at it a lot is quite cool too. Plus, you have all these other characters who are just tagging along. Yeah, skid mark. I might have to kill some more characters off. Should I kill some more characters off? I feel like we should. Maybe an extra one, because I think that's it for the character deaths. We've just done the Charlie death, right? And then we have the Finch death. I feel like I've misplaced this, because Finch dies. Oh no, I forgot to do the Finch death. I completely forgot! Damn it! Who was bitten by a walker by Shrike just before Shrike died? And then eventually gets bitten. It was the parent. It was Diane the woman. Okay, whatever. Fine. So she was bitten and eventually dies from radiation poisoning. Not radiation. Radiation poisoning / the bite. I'm not sure exactly how Finch died. It's kind of unclear because people say, oh, he died from the bite, but he was also getting blasted with radiation, so he might have just fucking died from that. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we have the Charlie death. Now we also have to add Tracy. Tracy gets added. And that's it. And then we have, who kills the Padre boy? Is it Ben? Yeah. Who kills Ben? The little Padre boy. I call him Padre boy. Who kills Padre boy? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Skid Mark the cat. How? How does that happen? Who knows? I need to add. Padre lady has Diane bitten, and eventually Diane dies from the radiation / the bite. Awesome. So anyway, we have Skidmark kills Cringe. Cringe, what's his name? Padre boy. How? I'm going to say Skidmark trips him up into a herd of walkers. Maybe like Skidmark grabs like a little bit of rope or something with his mouth and, you know, trips him up. I mean, that probably, for the caliber of Fear writing, that probably isn't out of the realm of possibility. I think that's actually kind of possible. So we have, yeah, Cringe Padre boy, and then pretty much after that we have Who Kills Troy, and then we're done, really. We just have Troy's death, and then we have a few things I've added at the end to kind of like spice it up. So I think we're just going to have, just to spice up a little bit more, before we have Who Kills Troy, we're going to have one more death, okay? Someone dies as a result of Troy, okay? Someone gets killed by Troy. And it's Frank. Damn. So Lee, poor old Walker even, loses Frank. So Frank is killed by Troy and his people. I feel like we need one more. Should we have one more? Let's have one more. I'm just not liking it. I wanna spice it up a bit more. Oh, that's kind of brutal. Oh, all right. Well, I asked for it. Troy accidentally kills his own daughter. And then after that, that's pretty brutal. Who kills Troy? This will be Who Kills Troy. Where the hell's Frank? Did I add Frank and Klaus? Oh, did I forget to add them? Oopsie. I forgot to add them to this. It's Sarah! No! Okay. So Sarah kills Troy. I guess. Whatever. I forgot to add Frank and Klaus to the little pictures. Oh well. So Sarah kills... No, that doesn't count then. Oh, whatever. Sarah kills Troy. Wait, why have I put Sarah there? Troy. I need to put Troy there. Troy. Should I add another... Ah, fuck it. There's no point doing another person. Anyway, let's finish up how these stories end. So, yeah. Frank kills Troy. And then Sarah kills Troy. Awesome. So, it should have probably been Nick, but whatever. So we've got a few things at the end here that will help wrap up the story a little bit. So first up, we've got who adopts Tracy. There is no Tracy. So who adopts... We'll change it now. It's okay. Baby Sarah. Who adopts baby Sarah and heads to Cali? So I've got to roll for 2 people. Okay. So 2 people are going to adopt baby Sarah. If it does land on baby Sarah, I'll roll again. It's going to be Wendell. Wendell? Okay. Wendell and... Baby Sarah adopts herself. Hang on, I'll remove that. Wendell and... Now, I say adopts baby Sarah. Baby Sarah's already quite old. But it's going to be Wendell and Klaus. Fuck Klaus. Klaus has been eliminated, okay? Because Klaus, I didn't even include Klaus in the images. Wendell and Tom. Okay, there we have it. So Wendell and Tom decide to go on their own way to California along with baby Sarah. Now, maybe Sarah has like a problem with baby Sarah. So we've got heads to Cali. We've got good old Wendell. We've got baby Sarah. And we've also got Tom as well. I guess he's abandoning his sister. Maybe this is a whole... Wait, is Janice even alive? I forget. Yeah, Janice is still alive. So, I guess, do the siblings bring their... Do the people bring their siblings? Heads they do, tails they don't. Heads they bring their siblings, tails they don't. Heads they do. So there we are. So Sarah also is going, okay? Sarah's going and so is Janice. So we'll write that down, okay? So, yeah, Wendell, Sarah, I guess Wendell and Sarah adopt baby Sarah / aka Mo. They head to Cali along with Tom and Janice, who are also still alive, which is kind of crazy that those two somehow managed to make it. So those guys are heading to Cali. So we're going to add another little row below here. What the fuck did I do there? Oh, no. Did I just delete the disappears row? No, I didn't. I deleted the... Did I delete the... Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, what have I done there? Heads to Cali, right? Okay. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. We can figure it out. It was just these guys, wasn't it? So, yeah, they head to Cali. Heads to Cali. Fuck. What am I doing? Okay. Add another below. So that's heads to Cali. Now, next up, we've got something else. What was the other thing on my notes? We've got who goes off with Isabella. Ah, so who's having a secret little relationship with the CRM Isabella, and then it decides to heads off with Isabella. All right, who heads off with Isabella? Now this could be one person. So whoever this person was having a secret little relationship with Isabella the whole time and decides to head. It's Efrain. Awesome. Do you know what? I think that's nice. You know, he's got something to do. So he heads off with Isabella to to I guess stay safe with her and avoid the CRM and all that stuff. And maybe he destroys Althea's tapes before he goes. Who sets up the sanctuary? But I'm just gonna say a new community because obviously it wouldn't make much sense if it were being the sanctuary. But who sets up a new community on their own? Okay. Someone's going to be setting up a new community on their own, okay? Oh no, I think I said to roll couple. Who did I say to roll? Roll for two. I said. So we've got Alicia, and if it doesn't land on Jake, I'll do a roll saying does Jake. Alicia's going. Finch Clark is also going. We'll do one more. And Paul the Bagpipe Man. So we've got Alicia setting up a new community along with her nephew, Finch Clark, and also Paul the Bagpipe Man. Now, does Jake come? Headsy's coming or Tails something happened and he's not? Headsy's coming, don't worry. So Jake is also helping out with that. So I need to delete Janice and I also need to delete Jake. I also need to delete Sarah? Oh, she's already gone. Right, okay. I don't know if I'm on there, so... What have we got? Yeah, Wendell and Sarah. Baby Sarah, okay, yeah. So we've got... Efrain was having a relationship... relationship with Isabella the whole time and heads off with her to be with her. Blah. And then we've got the sets up a new community. So Alicia, Jake, Finch, Clark. That's Alicia's nephew, right? We need to make sure we know that, right? Along with Paul, the bagpipe man. He's still alive. Head off to create a new community. So that's their ending, okay? And then finally we have basically the last kind of groups of people. What was the last thing on my list? Let's have a little look. We have one more thing on my notes. So who dies, doesn't actually die, but everyone then honors this person. Alright, so who has like a fake death, but everyone decides to go on and honor this person. Now it would have made more sense if it was Nick, but it's actually now going to be Lee. So Lee dies, but everyone else goes on to honor him. They ride trucks called... Now, obviously, in the end of Fear, they're called Marjorie to name after Madison. So it's actually going to be Larday. In this rewrite, it's going to be called Larday. All right. Now, we got the Larday trucks, but the Marjorie. There was no fucking stupid. But we got Lee's. We'll just call it Lee's crew. So I think Lee is going to be surviving with someone else, like someone who knows that Lee is alive and decides to head off with Lee. And it's Skidmark. And do you know what? I like that. Lee and Skidmark decide to head off on their own as their own like little crew. You know, he's happy that everyone thinks he's dead, but obviously he has the one friend who knows he's not dead, and that's Skidmark, and they head off. And then that leads everyone else to be in the Larday truck. So Nick is leading the Larday trucks, honoring Lee. He and Alicia obviously go on their own separate ways. They have their own different ideas, but this is how Nick's going to honour both his mother and, you know, everyone else they've lost along the way. I think he's probably good friends with Seth as well. You know, him and Seth are good mates. Obviously, him and Walker are probably pretty close too. Walker's kind of stepdad figure to him. Jacob's there joining them, and you've obviously got this kid, I forget his name now. Whatever, Dylan, I think. He's there. You got Mickey as well as Odessa. Oh no, Tracy died, didn't she? I forgot. Oopsie. Tracy died. She was killed by... Troy accidentally killed her own daughter, and then ignore the extra Chris there. So there we have it. That is what happens. Lee dies, or everyone else. Lee heads off on his own. Well, not on his own, with Skidmark. Finally, Nick leads the Larday trucks along with Walker, Seth. Who else was there? Walker, Seth, Jacob, Dylan, Mickey, and Odessa. Awesome. So that is the story. Shall we read it through? Shall we read back the notes? And then we'll call the video there. That's my Fear the Walking Dead rewrite. I know this video is a bit slower, but I think we managed to catch everything. I had like one little mess up with the Finch death, but I think overall we did pretty well there. So Season 1, Alicia goes to look for Nick, saves him from Calvin, and shoots and kills Calvin. Tobias goes off as normal. Strand gets his foot crushed whilst trying to escape the military base and eventually is put down by the doctor. Travis is bitten during the escape and Madison can't bring herself to kill him, so Liza does it instead. They find evidence of Strand's yacht and a secure location in Mexico, and so they head off. Seth and Harry remain on their island. Ophelia kills Reed and Madison uses his zombie to, of course, kill Connor. Alex and Jack don't join initially. Luis joins and Chris is shot and killed by the Mexican Navy, and Liza is now on a mad one. Luis then then takes the yacht people to Celia's compound, but agrees that she is batshit and locks her in with the zombies. Daniel goes to Alejandro and Luciana, but exposes Alejandro as the fraud he is, and Alejandro, of course, joins Brandon and Derek, and then Daniel begins to run the La Colonia. After Alejandro is killed by Brandon and Derek, Daniel somehow then goes back to the hotel, but maybe it also didn't happen at the hotel. Maybe it happened like more near the Colonia. But yeah, so Daniel obviously learns that they killed Alejandro, and despite obviously thinking Alejandro was a fraud, he needs to like show, maybe show strength to the community. So he decides to beat the shit out of Brandon and Derek. He beats them to death. But in the process, I guess Oscar's there too. Maybe Oscar's like, I need those guys for helping me with medicine, getting medicine or some shit. He kills Oscar, and then Andreas is there too. And this is when obviously they meet up with everyone else, like Madison and the hotel people meet up with Daniel and all that. And Madison's obviously kills Andreas because she's trying to protect Daniel. And eventually, Luciana is bitten whilst protecting the Colonia, and then she slowly dies, using her death to bamboozle the cartel guys. And then Eileen decides not to jump. And then also Alex eventually winds up at the hotel just as it's about to fall, and she joins the group. But then the hotel falls and everyone heads to the border, okay? So all the characters meet at the border and are captured. They head off back to the ranch, whereas Eileen is shot and falls out of the chopper. However, Ophelia, she got separated and she heads south. She finds the Dan, and eventually she kills Dante. Lola decides to head up to the ranch. Maybe she's friends with someone there. Oh yeah, and then I said, she's friends with the natives, aka Walker, and she has a deal for the water. If she heads into the ranch to help kill Otto and kills Otto, she basically gets some free water, protection from the Hopti tribe. So she decides to shoot and kill Jeremiah, and obviously in return the natives decide that they'll come and defend the dam, or maybe they'll send like a large portion of their people there. And then Troy, of course, causes the trouble. He's kicked out as normal, but he brings the mega herd back. Daniel tries to stop Troy, but Daniel gets bitten on the arm. Nick tries to save him, but it's too late, and Daniel unfortunately turns. And as the herd comes in, Luis is overpowered, and someone mercy kills him, and that person is Jake. So Jake mercy kills Luis. Then Lola is bitten whilst escaping the pantry. She tries to reunite with Efrain, but it's too late, and she dies. He shoots her before she can turn. Coop and Griselda, they both die at the dam, being killed by the Proctors. Obviously, Coop is shot, I guess, in the office, and Griselda goes on a mad one, shooting at all the people. Obviously, she's recently lost Daniel, and I don't know. She's sad about Ophelia. I don't know. Ophelia's been going a bit crazy, killing Dante and stuff. Maybe she thinks Ophelia's like demonic or some shit. So she goes crazy, shooting at the Proctors, and she gets killed. And then Alicia is the one to hit Troy with the hammer, obviously seeing how toxic he is to her brother. And so to stop the Proctors' attacks, Lee, aka Crazy Dog, blows up the dam. Then following the dam explosion? I don't even know what that. I just wrote some shit there. So yeah. So Lee, aka Crazy Dog, he's the one who blows up the dam. And then Seth and Harry find the group as the dam obviously blew up, and Walker and Lee decide to stay with Madison in their group. Then we go into season 4. There's a big time skip. Eugene Porter in Virginia decides to leave after feeling guilty for helping the Saviors. He runs all the way to Texas and meets John Dory. John reunites with June when she murders Ennis, and then Charlie shoots and kills John in revenge. Brutal reunion for those two. Althea blows up Melvin as he tries to escape. She wanted to spice up the story, of course. And then the group eventually meets Sarah, Wendell, Jimbo. And eventually, after Martha is going after them, Charlie is the one who's bitten. Now, Charlie has been given a hard time as she murdered John, and June has not been very nice to her. But anyway, maybe they have a heart-to-heart. Charlie apologizes, and then she self-sacrifices in order to help the group escape. Maybe she lands on a car to set off the alarm like Jimbo does. And then Walker, a.k.a. Kalataka kills Martha. Then we have season 5, both Enid and Dr. Edward, they went on a mission to help people and they got off track, and eventually they ended up in Texas, where they of course reunite with Eugene. Madison goes around helping people. I guess she's kind of changed. She's trying to make her kids be good, I guess, although Nick's kind of not on board as much as Alicia. But anyway, she decided that being a villain was not for her, and she recruits a bunch of folks. And then eventually Virginia comes after them. Someone is vlogging, and that someone is Enid. Enid is vlogging how she's helping people, because she's been going around giving people like medical treatment and stuff, obviously with Dr. Edwards. But anyway, she dies when the bridge collapses. It's pretty sad. And Eugene's like, no, Enid. And Dr. Edwards is like, no, Enid, my student. And anyway, eventually Ginny shoots Sarah. It's not Madison. Shoots Sarah and leaves her to die. And everyone else gets taken into Lawton. And eventually Sarah kills the bounty hunter guy, Emil. And steals Rufus, the dog. She also helps Isaac and Rachel. And then Isaac is like, hey, I'll name Mo Sarah. And obviously Isaac dies, but there you are. Little Mo is now called Baby Sarah. Harry is killed by Virginia after suspecting he helped kill a ranger. So yeah, he's strung up and I guess eaten by walkers. Pretty brutal. Rufus, the dog, is tracking Dakota. And then she shoots the dog to try and get away. Rufus then washes up. And poor old Sarah has to put him down. Very sad. Ginny destroys some of Althea's tapes, so Althea shoots her in the head. Yeah, and I guess that's the end of the war with Virginia. Nick discovers Rowley is a spy for the cultists and shoots him dead. Pretty cool based Nick Clark moment. And Ophelia kills Jason. You know, those two are sort of... yeah, by the way, Nick and Ophelia are a couple. We've also got Alicia and Jake as a couple. Madison and Walker, they're a couple. Liza and Lee are a couple. Seth and Alex, also a couple. And Stephen Edwards and Grace, also a couple. Alex, in order to save baby Sarah, Mo, kills herself. So she turns into a walker, and her walker obviously brings the baby to the submarine. And maybe the person who meets her is Seth, so obviously Seth can have a pretty sad moment because he already lost his little brother, who was obviously strung up and killed by Virginia, and now he's also lost his girlfriend in a pretty brutal way. So, you know, poor old Seth is not in the right mind. And then you obviously got Janice. She kills Teddy. Why? I don't know. Where's Madison? Who knows? But Janice is the ultimate person to kill Teddy. And then the nuke happens. Annie, she dies protecting her brothers. Jimbo dies, making sure his beer recipe lives on. Althea dies. She manages to protect her tape. You know, in the end, she chose her stories over her life. The story's more important. Rachel doesn't make it to the bunker. Who gives a shit? And obviously Madison, to keep her kids safe, maybe there's some sort of mechanism in this bunker where it has to be shut on one side. So she secures her children inside the bunker. And unfortunately, Madison is vaporized in front of her children. Maybe it's like some modern ass bunker with like 10 feet. I don't know if this is physically possible, but let me know. But it'd be kind of cool if like she puts her hand on the bunker and like she's vaporized, right? And we see her hand kind of melt away. But yeah, pretty dramatic moment. Madison dies. And then in season 7, in order to help Alicia get away, Dr. Stephen Edwards plays a pair of bagpipes before he is killed by Arnold. So yeah, Dr. Stephen's making the ultimate sacrifice there. Grace is very upset about this when she learns that he died. Lee eventually kills Arnold, obviously in revenge. Poor old Dr. Edwards is dead, so yeah, Lee, crazy dog, kills Arnold. Ophelia wants a new right hand, because obviously she eventually got to the tower. Yeah, I forgot to mention, Ophelia gets to the tower. Ophelia finds Howard and the tower, and in season 7, Ophelia, it's Ophelia villain time. Her and Nick have different views to Madison and Alicia. So yeah, I probably should say, so Ophelia wants a new right hand. Ophelia and Nick, like they want like someone else in charge, but Ophelia and Nick, I think, are ruling in, you know, hand in hand. They're ruling as one. But she throws poor loyal Howard off the tower and gets Grace as a new right hand. Now, obviously, Grace recently lost Dr. Edwards, but, you know, Edwards obviously was helping Alicia get away. So Grace kind of is like, yeah, Edwards was right. I loved Edwards. He was my boyfriend, right? And he was right to save Alicia because Alicia's right in this situation. Nick's not right. So she steals baby Sarah, who obviously Nick's trying to protect. And of course, she dies protecting the baby. She's bitten as she's bringing the baby out of the herd that surrounds the tower. And yeah, sadly she goes. Then, of course, Ophelia and Nick get Wes as a right hand, replacing Grace. But then obviously Alicia's there. They don't want Nick, at least doesn't want Alicia to kill Wes. So Nick kills Wes in order to prevent Alicia from killing her. Sorry, from killing Wes. Doesn't want her to live with that kind of thing. And then so yeah, there's a war between Nick and Ophelia. Nick and Ophelia versus Alicia and Jake. The tower eventually falls. Both Max and John Dory Sr. die fighting to protect it, but everyone eventually is forced to flee to the mysterious Padre, and Nick and Alicia basically kind of make up. They forgive each other in the end. And then finally we have Season 8. There's a big time skip. Nick has been trading children to get into Padre, but this was in part to obviously see his son Finch, who he and... I probably should say Ophelia had off screen during the skip. So in this universe, Finch is not Dwight and Sherry's son. He is Nick and Ophelia's son. So Eugene is leading the resistance group along with parents like Diane. That's what Eugene's doing. That's the only thing Eugene's done of note, really. Eugene is leading a resistance group. Ophelia gets bitten whilst trying to save Finch, and eventually turns. Nick is forced to put her down. So pretty sad death there. Padre lady has Diane bitten, and eventually Diane dies from the radiation / the bite. Vlogging Tom, comes out of nowhere and kills cringe Padre Shrike. Kills Shriek, whatever the fuck her name is. Kills, I think she's called Sam. Kills her anyway. Turns out in that big time skip, Eugene got into moms, and one in particular, that being Liza. And him and Liza, after defeating Padre, decide to head back to Virginia. So Eugene, I guess, wants to find Rosita or whoever. So yeah, Eugene's heading to Virginia along with Liza. Liza somehow fucking survived. The whole ordeal. Kind of crazy, that, isn't it? So Eugene and Liza head to Virginia. What a wild twist in fate. What a fucking wild turn there. And then we have Walker never joined Padre. Instead, he actually found some Germans, and he met Frank and adopted Klaus as his son. June decides to shoot herself in the head so Troy can't use her as a hostage or whatever. Skidmark kills cringe Padre boy. How? Skidmark, I guess, trips him into a herd of walkers. So that's Ben, the Padre kid. He's killed by Skidmark, a cat, which is kind of embarrassing. Frank, I'm going to say Frank and Klaus because I actually forgot their pictures. So I think for that reason, I have to be punished. Well, Klaus has to be punished for not being that rememberable, where the fact I forgot the picture. But both Frank and Klaus are killed by Troy and his people. And then also Troy accidentally kills his own daughter. So who was with? I guess Walker is very sad now because, Walker is very sad. He lost both his adopted son and his new husband, I guess. But Troy also accidentally kills his own daughter, which is pretty brutal. And then Sarah eventually is the one to kill Troy. And then Wendell and Sarah adopt baby Sarah, aka Mo, and they head to Cali along with Tom and Janice. It's basically the sibling team, so that's pretty cool. They head off to California. Why? Not really sure. We got Ephraim. Ephraim was actually having a relationship with Isabella the whole time, and they head off. He obviously heads off with her to be with her. And that's how it ends. And then, of course, Alicia, Jake, Finch, Clark, that's Alicia's nephew, along with Paul, the bagpipe man, head off to create a new community. Lee dies, but everyone else goes on to honor him. He doesn't actually die, but everyone thinks he's dead. But they all ride trucks called Lardre, and Lee heads off on his own. Well, not on his own. He's obviously got Skidmark. And then finally, Nick leads the Lardre trucks along with Walker, Seth, Jacob, Max. No, he's called Dylan, isn't he? Dylan, Mickey, and Odessa. And you might be wondering, why is Nick not with his son? Maybe he thought he was too violent, and Alicia and Jake would be better parents for him. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. So yeah, that is the Fear rewrite. I hope you have enjoyed. It took me fucking forever. I've been sat here forever recording, but there you have it. There's the Fear rewrite. I hope you have enjoyed. Goodbye. Oh, and tell me about it in the comments. how you would change certain things, or if you've done this. I'll leave the link for the tier down below. But maybe if you've had a go at it, let me know how it went for you. And by the way, if you want to add your crossover Walking Dead characters, you just hit this choose file here, and you can add like extra pictures. So if you had like 2 different characters or 3 different characters who crossed over from the main show, if you're going that far like I have, you can just add the characters to this. You can just use this tier and just ignore the Eugene, Edwards, and Enid pictures that are on here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.